Let me kind of share with you, when you want to get a great deal, you definitely want to do the letter campaigns or text campaigns, look into the emerging markets where you're going to get that deal. You got to also get spinning, like in my book, I talk about spinning the plates to get your investors ready. That's the most important part of the whole thing. You got to have family, friends, your influences, the people that really trust you, and they can, shell out money, 25,000, 50 or 100,000 to give you legally through syndication, I call it, or joint ventures, take and all that. So you need to have the funds ready, your own funds or your family or your relatives, your team members' funds, I say. Have it ready. Figure out where you're going to buy the property. See, the great deals only come when you are building relationships with the brokers. So you got to have the right attitude. You got to have the right lingo, I call it, with the brokers, because otherwise they won't give you time of the day at all. They will not. Please listen to me, because they will just write you off and put you in the dust right there. So you got to learn the tricks, the lingo. It's so important that you are able to, get yourself fully educated is the word, right? And so on. Anyway, so once you start talking to the brokers or to the campaigns, you talk to the owners, you find out which owners are in trouble with this pandemic happening now, COVID. There'll be so many foreclosures, so many different people are in trouble. The forbearance people, millions of people are in trouble right now in single family homes, in their rental properties, and a lot of moratorium on the rental, the residents, we call it, not tenants. All those things until December is going to bring so many great opportunities come January 1st of 2021 and all next year. So get ready for that. So let me talk to you about two deals. One is this one I'm going to talk about, which I purchased in 2017. Then the other one I'm going to talk about is when I purchased one in 2014, 3 years before that, which actually I bought it for 3.550 and renovated my 16 units. It was a great deal. And then I show you in my second part, right after this one, how I bought it, what I did and all that. Then I sold it for 8.65 million, something like that. This is another opportunity which I want to share with you. These townhouses and all that you see right there, Autumn Hills in Atlanta, Georgia. And I came to know about this property as I was talking to the broker, and I started building some good relationship with the brokers. That has been my number one thing in my 32 syndications I've done so far. There's 32, like I just shared with you who I am and so forth, what I've done. But it all depends how you get the right kind of property. That's what I teach in my academy also, by the way. Check me out if you want to learn more and so forth like that. You can just go to vinneychopra.com, VINNEY Chopra, CHOPRA, Chopra.com, and /academy or /mastermind or anything. Then you will find out over there and what my students are talking and investors who are, talking. And I've been purchasing very good properties, by the way. Just finished last week, bought $34,750,000 property in Austin, Texas. And guess what? Just about 14 years back or so, 12 years back, I bought my first one, 14 units for $180,000. Hold on. You say, Vinney, 14 units for $180,000, I can buy that. But how can you buy $35 million deal? See, that's what I want to talk to you about. Because once you get a good deal, then you will spin to the next one and the next one and the next one. And the more investors you get involved and give them great returns, guess what? They're going to bring more money, their friend's money, their daughter, brother, sister. That's how it has grown from 0 investor for me to 226 investors. 226 investors. So this deal actually, again, my broker brought it and he says, Vinney, guess what? The seller needs to close on it in 90 days. Hold on. He says he's got a balloon payment coming and he wants to sell to a sure winner who is going to close on it. Okay, so that's what really started me looking into the deal. I ended up buying for $12,224,000, by the way. The good part was they wanted $12,900,000 or something like that, to be truthful. And I looked at their package. They showed me the package and everything. I'm a pretty good underwriter, and I've perfected that underwriting tool that I've developed over the last 12 years. And we give it to our students in the academy, just on the silver platter, credibility kit, everything that I've designed over the years, we pass it on. So that's what really caught my attention. Price per square foot of $58. I said, what? These beautiful brick home buildings, all scattered, 191 units, right? 210 square footage, 1986 built, and so forth like that. For $64,000 was the final price, by the way. Then I got repair credit of another 100,000 or something like that. But the key thing was I was buying another property, 267 units close by to it. I said, okay, I'll just lump it together, and that's what it really started me. And the exciting part is that I did end up buying, but I'll take you through what has happened to this property and so forth. But the biggest thing was the manager. The property manager was so good, so professional, and her assistant, was so good. And then the lead maintenance was awesome. When they gave me most enthusiastic presentation, I just couldn't say no. I told them, I said, I'm not going to put a letter of intent, LOI. I'm going to give a contract to you guys tomorrow, actually. I told them. They said, Mr. Chopra, oh my gosh, there have been so many people coming to see this property and nobody has bought it yet. We've been showing it for 3 months or 6 months or whatever they told me. And I said, you know what? Don't worry, I'm going to buy it tomorrow. And it happened that way, by the way. So the good thing which I liked was the big size of the square footage of the apartments. Hold on. You mean 92 apartments units? I have over 1,085 square feet. I have only 32, 730, but rest are all 1,100 units. Square feet. So that was a big thing. And the actual rent per square foot was also low. So that's another thing. When you want to get a good deal, you should look at what you are charging per square foot for the rent and how does it compare with outside, with other properties of the same vintage in the same neighborhood or around within, so that residents will be shopping them and shopping you at the same time. So that was a good indicator for me that the market rent can go almost $75. Look at that, $751 here and $826 here. That was a sure winner, and then I asked my broker to go ahead and send me and ask the brokers to give you a lot of information. When was the boiler put in? When was the roof, what was the last time new roof was put in? How is the plumbing, run the cameras through the sewer lines. So due diligence is so very important. And that's what I wanted to kind of share with you on this package, but also show you the audit report, which I hired a company, Broom and Malkin. See, I live near San Francisco, so I believe in paying $7,500 or whatever, so that a professional company can do the due diligence for me. So they went through each and every unit. They gave me a complete report, so property inspection report we call it. They tell you all about everything you need to know about the property and so forth like that. So it's very, very good for us to have that. Due diligence materials are so important. You're buying millions of dollars worth of property. So you got to give to a good, unless you have a good team yourself, or if you have remotely, you want to build relationship. Sid Bloom is the owner of this place. I spent 1 hour with him on the phone, and I said, you know what, I need to know what kind of reports you're going to put together, how much do you charge, how big is your, the whole package, how big is your company and so forth. This is when we are selling now, by the way. So I'll come back to that. But let's go here now. I'll just go quickly. Again, these are beautiful big homes. Nobody lives upstairs. It's like townhouse style. 26 number of buildings. Hold on, 26 number of parking spaces. People just come park right in the front of their apartment, right there. Individual electric, forced air, everything, copper piping, all that good stuff is needed, right? And then it shows you, again, right here. This is the property. Look at that. It's scattered very beautifully, and a brand new elementary school got opened just the year I bought it. Oh, that's the other property I bought, by the way. So I bought both of them together. I said, okay, let's do it. $24 million deal and together, and then I was able to buy. This is the property I'm just talking about, Autumn Hills. This is the elementary school. It's kind of old picture, but elementary school opened the same year, 2017, that fall, and then our kids in the community could go from here maybe, or maybe they went around, I think, because we don't have a door here going to the school, but anyway. But the good part was that when I asked the rent company, again, it's just kind of old, we could resurface the cabinet or put the doorknobs and things like that, but really good amenities and everything like that. But I want to see here, I think property information, all that stuff is fine. I thought there was some kind of thing to show me. Maybe it's not here. I did have rent comparison study, by the way. Rent comparison study is very important because then you know what's the upside, right? I could have shown you also my underwriting. I didn't open it up today, but that was something that will show us what's the cap rate, what will be the 5-year projections for the investors. I think it was 22% per year, and then what we will sell it at in 5 years or 7 years or like that. That's what I want to talk to you about now. We projected that in about 3 years, which I have purchased it, in 2017 April. So I actually wanted to see if we can sell it in third year, which is this year. And I got, guys, you're not going to believe it, I have not put any much money into the property at all, just run it nicely and so forth like that. But the exciting part is, look at the shutters and everything, the brick homes. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful property in a very good growth area where the cap rate got squeezed. That's what I want to tell you about. I bought it for $12,224,000. I'm happy to say that after my buddy Barden Brown and Corey Sams and Walter and Bo, my very good friend, the president and CEO of the Greystone Brown RIA right there in Atlanta, Georgia, they sold me, and now they're selling it also, So they put together this beautiful, beautiful, look at that, the whole package, all right, investment summary we call it. And I got offer for $19,000,008, guys. Hold on, $12,224,000. I got in 3 years offer of $19,350,000, I think, $19,500,000 and $19,800,000. First week we got it out into the open to the investors. We got the 3 offers right there. And then COVID happened and blah, 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 There was no mobilization of the group who wanted to buy. So we are still having it, and we'll be selling it in about a month or 2 months. But the good part is that you can see as our property value, there is still very much upside to this. Even if I get a $19 million, right now, if I kept it and, kept it for another 3 to 4 years and increased the NOI, net operating income, with the cap rate getting down to about 6.5 or 6.25 or something, this could be worth $25 million, doubling from 12 million to 25 million. So that's the deal. You always want to really find what's your exit. You want to get it in the nice emerging market. You want to make a great deal in the start because you make profit when you buy. You've heard that all the time, right? So write it down. You got to look at the best of the best possibilities. You have to look at the negatives and the positives. The negatives become bigger negatives, bigger negatives, bigger negatives. I'm telling you, they never stop to amaze you. But also write down all the positives. The underwriting has to be great and so on, so that you can really make a big difference, in the whole package. So again, the big thing right now is that, I was going to say, like, look at the highlights. They put it all together, beautiful, easy access, all that stuff, right? So when you want to sell, you want to sell with whole big band and drums and everything. When you want to buy any product, a deal, a good deal, you whisper. Shh. You don't want anybody to know about it. You just get it from the broker, you make a deal within 24 to 48 hours, get your lender to bless the loan. I have closed on every single asset, guys, for the last 12, 14 years. Every single one. Why? Because I play along with my broker. Loan broker blesses my loan before even the LOI stage. And then I have my followers or my investors ready to bring millions of dollars into the deal. So that is the real key, spinning the plate of the investors and the brokers and have the qualification of the loan, which I explain in my book also, by the way. If you don't, please check this out. This is a great book, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. And then, of course, my second, of course, Spanish, we have a Spanish edition also. And then Positivity Brings Profitability. I mean, that book will really, really take you into the biggest, procrastination if you are, or you're having trouble. It will get you thinking into the big positivity and reaching your goals. That's what it is. So this is what our broker said right there. See where our subject property is way below. Look at that over here. We got some difference over here. Subject property right here also. So in 1 bedroom, in 2 bedroom, in all that, there is still potential. So that is the exciting part. You want to have a great broker who can take you to the new heights. And what can we do taking this property from here to coloring and bringing a brand new A-class buildings and changing the kitchen from here into transforming into this one. That's where the biggest potential will be. And then it shows the near major thoroughways and the shopping mall that opened up and the movie art studios. Now Atlanta is making more movies than even Hollywood and things like that. So I do a lot of good research in my deals before you really jump into any emerging area. So I would highly, highly recommend that you really look into, before you're starting to do a lot of underwritings and do all those things, read my book. It will tell you what to do beforehand and how to get investors' psyche, how to teach them how to bring money, all those things. And if you want to join my course, hey, be my guest. And I coach every week, 2 hours with group coaching and personal coaching and all that stuff. You can really make the best investment in you. And then the second part of this presentation, which I'm going to share with you also, is another deal finding, which was a repositioning. In this deal, I didn't spend but maybe $150,000. That's all. $150 over 3 years, and my value is gone from 12.224 to 19 million, $7 million profit, 7 million profit. Not bad at all. So deal finding is the real art and science. If you know the lingo, you build relationships with the brokers, you have the qualification, you have the investors, and then you are closing them. So perform well, buddy. And all of you watching, again, don't lose heart. I think the biggest thing is, some people like to say, let me just get into it just to see it a little bit. Hey, if you just tiptoeing and all that, you'll be burnt. I feel like you want to be confident, live life with no fear life, and then look into, and look at the deals, look at all the positive, negatives, underwrite it well, and then take that step. Take that massive step. That's what I did with 14 units at 180,000, and now we have over 4,500 units, over 450 million. It will be billion, we'll be reaching billion. God bless you. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.